Hello, and welcome back to Entrepreneur Talks podcast. This is season 4. Thank you for being with us through all the previous seasons, and we're gonna have more fun and inspirational stories for you to hear on season 4. My name is Yola Bastos. I'm one of the co-founders of WomenFlix Network community. We are focused on empowering and motivating women around the world to achieve their dreams. We mainly support them through coaching, business strategies, and workshops. Our aim is to build connections that will increase the power of women in collaboration and be able to create space for growth and expand our knowledge. Find more about WomenFlix through Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, and YouTube. You can find us always by WomenFlix. I also want to say welcome to my guests on this new season. And I hope for my listeners to enjoy every episode and get in touch with each of my guests through the information that will be available on each podcast episode description. My guest for today's podcast is April Lara. April is on a mission to create worldwide positive change by inspiring youth to recognize and cultivate their own true potential. She is the CEO of a high-risk youth program in Chicago public schools. April saw the positive transformation in students once they were taught meaningful life skills typically missing from traditional schools' curriculum. Knowing there was a better way to influence more teens to acknowledge their unlimited potential, she wrote a book, Becoming Awesome. Life lessons from the world's greatest leaders. She understands that while each generation faces new realities, leaders from the past are shining examples of how to rely on emotional intelligence to anyone who wants to prepare teenagers with the 21st century skills needed to succeed and contribute positively to their families, communities, and the world. Let's welcome April Lara. Hello, April, and welcome to my podcast today. I'm so excited to have you here.
Thank you so much, Yola. I'm so happy to be here too.
Oh, fantastic. So tell me, where are you talking from?
I am talking from Chicago, Illinois.
Amazing.
Yep.
And the weather is?
Beautiful.
Oh, lovely.
Beautiful. I'm a baseball fan. I live 2 blocks away from Wrigley Field, and I'm a half mile away from Lake Michigan. So
Wow.
We are in our summer, and it is just a gorgeous day today.
Oh, you are in summer. Oh,
yeah.
Interesting. So when is going to finish the summer there? Because I'm in London. I'm supposed to be in summer very soon as well, I think.
Well, our summer goes, we have really nice weather through October, but our summer is actually over in September. It becomes fall in September. Right now we are in the heart of the summer. It is You know, this is our 80, 90 degree weather time.
Oh my gosh.
Yep. The
Sounds
hottest time of the year for sure.
Oh wow, sounds amazing because it sounds like you have a lot of months in summer.
Yep.
Wow. Oh wow.
Yep.
That's good to know.
Yep. A nice summer, but a really short spring.
Oh, that's good. I don't mind summer. It's good for the people that don't mind summer. That's really
Right.
good. So let's go to your story, to your journey. So tell me, April, in a couple of words, who is April? What April
In a couple of words, what I would say is that I was inspired to make a change once I started working with youth and wanted to make a bigger difference. So I wrote a book called Becoming Awesome.
Oh, I love it. Love it.
Mhm.
And it's about the becoming awesome.
So what the book is about, I was doing a program in Chicago Public Schools, and what I realized is we were teaching life skills. We were teaching self-awareness and things like identifying values and treating others with respect. And when it was an 8-week program that teens had to take because they got in a little bit of trouble, and when we taught these skills, I started noticing transformation. It's like all of a sudden their attitudes and their behaviors were changing. Parents were asking me why their child had to get in trouble to learn these lessons. So I wanted to get it out in a bigger way. And I thought the best way to do that was to do it through a book, to get it out to educators, to get it out in schools, to just get it out to parents who wanted to teach these lessons and see the same kind of behavior changes.
That's fantastic. Mm-hmm. And when you wrote, so you've been inspired by the kids that you were teaching, right?
Right.
Okay, so you've been an influencer in their lives as well, and you saw the change and made you think, I want to impact more young people.
Right.
And you decided to write your book.
Right. They were they were doing things. They were being more engaged in school. They were having better relationships with their parents. They were starting to see a life beyond getting in trouble and how they could be more productive and contributing to the society at large. You know, they thought maybe I can go to school. Maybe I can go into a trade. Maybe I can, figure out what it is I really, which way I really want to contribute.
That's beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
And what ages were these kids specifically? What year and age they were?
They were anywhere from 6th grade on up. So that would be like 12, 13, but typically they were 15, 16, 17.
Okay. All right. Sounds good. And
yeah,
and this sounds like a school or a group, or like, let's say in a school where the kids were very problematic, or
well, I call them risk takers, and I always would teach kids it's great to be a risk taker. We just had to help them get it to be in a more productive way. Many times it would just be sometimes substance abuse issues. They might have partied a little bit too much, or they might have gotten in a bad fight with somebody, or just being truant. So it had to do with really saying, okay, these kids, we see some real, there's potential here. We just have to hit the reset button. We were trying to hit that reset button and help them get on the better path. Yeah.
That's beautiful. Must be very inspirational for yourself as well, right?
Oh yeah, very fulfilling work. I mean, and that was part of it when I was doing the program and seeing such a difference. And we had about 700 students a year come through the program. It was a choice to really say, okay, let me take a step back, let me figure out how to do this in a bigger, better way, and having to leave it. But I knew I had to get the lessons into the hands of people who really had the passion to inspire youth. When you're doing something and you see it working, you want to get it out in a bigger way.
Right, totally. I agree with you. Yes. And for how long we've been running this program?
Well, I ran this program for 4 years, and now it's being in education. Now I'm working on getting my book back into schools. Just a little bit about it. What I did do was I researched 5 great leaders because I love best practices, and I think that storytelling is one way to help readers remember stories and connect better with what's happening. So I took 5 great leaders: Abraham Lincoln, Eleanor Roosevelt, Gandhi, Martin Luther King Jr., and Cesar Chavez, and researched those 5 great people to find their best practices and put their stories in the book into 25 different socially emotional learning categories that could help teens live a better life.
Wow, that's amazing, because it took you some time, but it's worth it.
Yeah, it did. It's like, I think when I started on this journey, I thought I'd have it all done in 6 months, but I soon found that my vision was much bigger than what it was when I started. And but it was a lot of fun, really, reading about these great people and what they did. It was very inspiring. It's like the more you read, the more you wanted to get it out, the more you wanted to help others,
right,
and know their stories too.
And how long you've been a teacher?
Well, I've been in education for about 10 years. Before that, I'm one of those people. I was a banker. I did programs at a bank, and we get to that point in our age where we're content, but there's something we want to do different. There's something like, it's like we're in search of that. What is next? You know, you've gotten what you did from your career, and as you're sitting back, it's like, okay, this should be a great profession. I have all these things going on that I really love to do, but it wasn't fulfilling. And that's when I sat back and said, okay, what is it I really want to do? And it all pointed to inspiring teens. And I just went on this journey of started connecting with different people, started having different opportunities in the schools. And at one point, you know, it was one thing led to another. I met somebody at a workshop that we were doing and was working with a psychologist. So it was, you know, I had the mental health expert and I was more of the process program developer.
Wow.
And we hooked up and were able to get a grant for like almost $1 million to do a program in this school.
Marvelous. Wow.
Yeah.
So you run your programs, they are all in school. You don't do anything apart from inside schools. Am I right?
Well, right now it could be not only schools, it could be in any kind of leadership youth groups. It can be any person who is looking for a tool to use to help teens find their potential. So it's not just for school, it's really a tool to help anybody who wants to inspire teens to be their best selves. So it could be a parent, it could be a youth group, it could be a school, it could be, you know, pretty much anywhere.
Yeah, through the book, right? It can be anyone can buy your book and learn or use the same strategies that you show or you teach in the book. But in terms of
Right,
on the program is mainly from school in school when you are students.
right,
Oh, good,
right.
good.
Mm-hmm.
This is an amazing, 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 amazing story, amazing thing that you're doing.
Yeah, yeah.
Congratulations.
Yeah. So the other thing, because I really see this as a total resource, is I'm in the process of getting the website. Uh, it's available, but more, just filled up a little bit more with resources and expert advice type thing. So I'm looking to have a real program where it's not just a book, it's worksheets and it's curriculums and it's a place to go to for better resources to help you teach these skills. Because a lot of times I find that even teachers or educators haven't learned themselves. So, in order to be able to teach it, it's really important for them to have the right resources and support behind them so they can go in school influence teens. So, really, what I really envision this as is a teach the teacher type program too.
Oh, okay.
Where we'll be doing different things for teachers to come on board and do some Zoom training and learning and just gathering together to help each other.
That's really good. A few years ago, I watched a movie. I don't know if you are familiar with this movie, if you watch or not, but it's called Freedom Writers. Have you
Yeah,
heard? Have you heard?
yeah,
Yeah, and now anytime, every time I listen a story about students and the way we try to innovate and help the students, I remember this marvelous. I love this movie because encourage to be different, to do the things in a different way, maybe apart from the way people on the normal basis try to teach kids and give them not just the teaching about the material, about the specific how I say class, let's say if it's biology, but also give them empower and ability to be emotionally capable to understand the life in general. And I found that movie amazing.
yeah. I mean, a couple things I think is, we're good at helping kids understand math and science. The question is are they ready for real life when they get out of school? And that's really what this is.
Right.
And the one thing from that movie that was really inspirational in the program that we were doing, we used the step to the line activity with our students and parents. And that's where, step to the line if you're an only child, step to the line if you've ever been homeless. It was just a list of those different emotional things that could happen to you, and it was very we did it on our empathy week, and it was so connecting for students and parents to realize that they weren't so different from each other and that they've all been through different things in life.
Right, yeah.
And it was just so powerful.
Yes, it is. It is. And you are also a speaker, right? You run workshops and you are a speaker.
Yes, so I do different speaking. I talk about any of the people, leaning in the Eleanor Roosevelt way, or if anybody wanted to learn more about historians and how they've made a difference and how we can learn from them, as well as making positive changes in kids. What are the 5 ways to make a difference, or what we can do at home.
That's really good.
Mm-hmm.
Amazing. So we women, the only one thing I'm going to say now, like we women are are people of so many different duties. Like we can do so many things at the same time. This is so powerful.
Yeah.
We are wives, housekeeping. We do
Yeah.
what? We do speak. We do lead. Oh, fantastic! It's an amazing experience. Oh, well done, April. Well done.
Thank you. Yeah.
Now, just my last question is, how can people connect with you and find more about your work?
The best way to connect with me, you could look up my website, which is www.becomingawesome.net. You can find me that way. My email is april@becomingawesome.net. I'm also on LinkedIn is a good way to reach out to me as well.
Okay.
Just at April Lara.
April for Lara.
Lara. Yes, Lara.
All this information will be available on description of our podcast. So anyone that is listening, you will be able to get in touch with you straight away. And also through our website, Womenflix. And feel free to get in touch to find more information about April's book, and also buy the book if you are a parent, or if you are a teenager, or if you are someone that is curious about it, right?
Right. And it is available on Awesome or on Amazon, as well as a lot of the major bookstore chains out there. So you can find Becoming Awesome on Amazon too.
Fantastic. That's really good because I can see, because I'm just looking through your links, and I will also add the Amazon link with your book, so people can jump straight to the Amazon or other platforms. If they Google, they're probably gonna find Becoming Awesome, right?
Right.
The name. Right, April. Thank you so much for joining me and having this amazing conversation, and inspirational, not just amazing.
Yeah. Well, thank you. Thank you so much for having me, Yola.
You're welcome. I wish you all the best and continuously impacting more young people and parents and anyone that is willing to change, to help to support other children around the world.
Yeah, thank you.
You're welcome. You take care. God bless.
You too.
Thank you. Hello. Once again, I want to say thank you for joining us on our podcast episode. We came to the end of this episode, but we will have another episode next week. So don't forget, follow us so you can catch the next one. You take care, and I speak with you next week. Bye.